did get a minute to catch up this past weekend at the Florida Horse Park during the horse trials with Libby Henderson from Red Hills Horse Trials.
Right.
They're just trying to get all the entries that they possibly can so that event, which is another event that relies so heavily on spectators, and because of this COVID problem that we're in, they obviously can't have spectators, so they really have to rely a bit more on the entries this year. So let's take a quick visit with Libby out at the horse park and hear what she has to say.
All right, so I am here at the Florida Horse Park Horse Trials, and I'm fortunate enough I've been able to catch up with my good friend, Libby Henderson, who is affiliated, and I don't even know what your official title at Red Hills is.
That's a good question. I am what they call the Operations Support Committee Chair,
Perfect.
Which means that we do everything to support the operation.
Awesome. So I really appreciate you taking a minute here to sort of fill us in on Red Hills. I know because of COVID and different things, you guys aren't going to be able to have as many spectators, or any at all possibly.
Any at all.
Which means the dynamic of the whole horse show and the finances of the whole horse show have changed tremendously. So where are we at as far as the event, entry numbers, and what do we
We are very grateful that the city of Tallahassee, who is one of our biggest partners, has worked with us and has allowed us to run. So we are very happy about that, but we do have to run with no spectators. And we typically run over 20,000, somewhere between 22 and 26,000 spectators for the weekend. So it's a huge drop to our budget to not be able to have the money from the gate. We also are unable to do our vendors,
right,
which also brings in a lot of funding for the event. So we are doing our best to put it together on a little bit more of a shoestring, and we are doing it though because we really want the riders to be able to come and have a place to run, and we would very much appreciate having lots of riders there. We do have some of our sponsors have really come forward for us, but it's very different this year.
So we're at how many right now, entry-wise?
As of Thursday night, we were at 147.
And where do we need to get?
Over 200.
So we need to get to 200, and we're getting closer to the closing date. So
Closing date's a week from Tuesday, so it's Tuesday the 23rd.
So Tuesday the 23rd is the closing date.
Yes.
So we're right up against that now. So anybody out there who hasn't entered needs to get those entries in so that Red Hills can have it as such a important event. I've had some of my greatest memories at Red Hills. Some of my toughest ones too, but some of my greatest memories there. And it's a very special place to me. I've entered everything I can for sure. And you were saying you guys have done a lot with safety there, actually.
We have.
So
we've done a
what are
lot.
you
The
doing?
courses look fantastic. David O'Connor and Mike E.S. have done an absolutely wonderful job. Our courses are more open. Our footing is fantastic. We have moved to this year. We have 12 new frangible fences going in. So thank you to all you've done with the Frangible Fence Fund and everybody.
Effort.
Yeah, everybody that has supported that. We got hardware in just Thursday afternoon for 3 more.
Awesome.
So Tyson is getting those
Good job,
built.
Red Hills. And I was talking a little bit with Jane Barron earlier. She gave me a call, and I know one of the things that she wanted to express to everybody was how grateful she is for everybody who has gotten their entries in, that have supported the event, and she's really excited about the event. But we do need to get up around those 200 entries. So like I said, if you haven't gotten your entries in, please do so. And Libby, thanks so much for taking some time.
You're welcome. We're glad to do it. And anybody that, one of the things I think we could like to see some more of would be our national level horses. I think a lot of times people tend to look at Red Hills as being the tougher horse.
Yep.
And since we are an FEI level event, people tend to think of it that way. But we do have 3 really super national level courses that we would love to have some more entries for.
Well, and to that point, one last thing here is I actually entered some preliminary horse trial horses because I know it's going to be a good education. The courses are very horse friendly, and the other thing that is important for all you guys who may be considering whether you want to go or not is Red Hills has gone back to the more gone to the newer format of having it be dressage, show jumping, and then cross country.
And the cross country is going to be on Sunday for our first time this year ever.
Right,
So
which is really cool and modernizing, and kudos to Red Hills for getting that done. So again, get your entries in. Libby, thank you.
Thank you.
Jane, thank you. And back to the show.
Thank you again to Libby for taking the time to join us there. Please, everybody, remember to get your entries in. I believe that event closes next week on Tuesday, and so we're coming down to the wire to make sure that event can run. Such a great event. It's close to home for us here in Florida.
Sure.
And obviously,
it's my old home.
Yeah, and we've got lots of options of places to go between Red Hills and Carolina.
Yep.
But both events are fabulous, and let's make sure they both keep running.
Want to advertise on the John and Rick Show?
Contact John at 352-875-8622
or call Rick at 850-879-2649.